I'm Mike Huffman, Executive Director of the Cornell Institute for Climate Smart Solutions in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences at Cornell University. This is a short presentation in a series on climate change. This one focuses on our food supply. Food production is shifting north because of warmer winters. The plant hardiness zones across the entire U.S. have shifted one zone north. And this, if you're interested, is equivalent to about moving 30 yards a day. We can now grow canola in northern New York when we couldn't do it in the 1990s. And the Canadians are happy in the Great Plains because they can grow grains now that they couldn't when conditions were colder. Growing seasons are getting longer. In the Northeast, we've gained about 10 days. In the West, 16 days to 19 days. This allows for longer growing crop varieties, double cropping, and a variety of other opportunities in some cases for agriculture with longer growing seasons. More downpours at the same time. This is not good. We're up 71% in these heavy precipitation events in the Northeast, 37% in the Midwest. This can be challenging when it comes time to plant in the spring or harvest in the fall when you get these heavy downpours that wash away fertilizer, wash away the soil, cause erosion. So it's a challenge for agriculture and our farmers. As a farmer, you can weather the storm, but you can't weather continuous storms. Warmer winters equals more pest pressure. Warmer winters, this flea beetle, the corn flea beetle, is a vector of a disease of sweet corn. In the past, cold winters oftentimes wiped it out, but today with warmer winters, it's more likely to survive and be a pest in the following season. The corn earworm pictured down below used to arrive late in the summer on storm fronts, but now it appears in traps early in the season. Presumably because of warmer conditions, it's actually wintering over in the Northeast. And weeds, of course, are going to move slowly north with warming conditions. So we have challenges and opportunities when it comes to growing our food, agriculture. More extreme weather in the Northeast, floods and droughts, high temperature stress, new pests, more risk. But in the Northeast, we'll have adequate water, longer and warmer growing seasons, shifts or more challenges in production elsewhere, which is unfortunate for them, a potential to expand and diversify, possibly. We also have 22% of the U.S. population. Is this an opportunity for job creation and economic growth? And on a larger scale, the interconnected and interdependent food system globally is changing. Growing food is no longer business as usual. Supply chains are changing. Supply and prices are becoming more volatile. There's more risk. So we're going to go out to dinner. And I just want to demonstrate with some examples from the menu and how changes are occurring. So if we look up to the upper left, the beverage industry is a water-dependent business industry, and that's changing with additional intermittent droughts. It's like that around the world, putting stress on that industry. The olives, if they were grown in California, in the longer term, California is going to lose the winter chill. Winters are warmer. Fruits and a lot of nut crops, including and olives, require a winter dormancy period. Eventually, that will be lost, and it'll be difficult to grow a lot of tree crops in California. Tequila is made from agave, and primarily out of northern Mexico. Conditions there are warmer. It's creating a more acidic product. That's another problem. And lastly, something called the Angel's Share, which is alcohol that evaporates through oak barrels when bourbon is cured, say in Kentucky. Warmer temperatures, more evaporation, the Angel's getting a bigger share. The salad. Avocado production in California will be off by 40% by mid-century because of higher temperatures. The tomatoes grown there, if they were organic, it'd be challenging to grow those in New York and upstate New York because of the cool, wet periods we have in the spring, which induces a devastating disease. So most of those have to be grown under plastic. If they're exposed, late blight will oftentimes wipe them out. Grains for breads, for pastas, it's also changing worldwide. Production yields are off about 9%. So it's presumably because of more extreme weather globally. Wine. Grapes are very sensitive to changes in temperature, so production's going to shift. A lot of California production will move north. We may, in the Northeast, have an advantage and can plant more grapes. Off the coast of Maine, the temperatures of the ocean are warming faster than just about anywhere else in the ocean. That has resulted in a shift of lobster production to the north about 50 miles. Shrimp production is gone. Rice production in the Mekong Delta is being affected by sea level rise because of saltwater intrusion. There, farmers are switching from rice to shrimp because they can handle the saltier water and the good stuff. In the desserts, the vanilla, the cocoa, the coffee, all are being affected globally by climate change. The menu is changing. So most of us could afford a good meal like that. But what if we are in a low-income area, or we live where agriculture is rain-fed, and we don't have the capacity to irrigate, and we really have fewer resources to adapt? It's a food security challenge, a national security challenge. The take-home message: our interdependent and interconnected global food system is changing. More variability, more risk. We need climate-smart farming in response. Includes improved crop varieties, production practices, water management, decision tools, monitoring, more diligence because of the more variability and change that's occurring. The challenges to the food system will only increase with a changing climate if we continue as business as usual.